Our first blind item is about Christina Aguilera. It reads, this former A-list singer has been told to stop taking the weekly shot, but she is addicted to it and has even upped the dosage. Now, I know you guys know what I'm already talking about, which is Ozempic. And I actually saw Christina Aguilera at Barry's, a gym that I go to here in West Hollywood, to promote her smoothie she has there. And when I saw the videos, I was concerned. Now, I think everyone should look however they want to, but with this new Ozempic drug, you have to admit there's some craze around it. This person commented, Christina looks scary in the Daily Mail. She doesn't look healthy at all. Another person adds, you know, it stops working after a while. I think you could lose up to 20% of your body weight, but that's it. Another person asks, do they know yet what the long-term health effects of this drug could be? It seems too good to be true, and I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Which I think we can all acknowledge that it's a scary drug because people do completely transform, and I question what's going on the insides. I mean, you could look as good as you want to on the outside, but if you are rotting on the inside, it is going to show. Christina Aguilera has sparked concern over her drastic weight loss over the weekend. This comes amid speculation that she's been using Ozempic and rumors that she also got a facelift. Wow. The singer-songwriter was attending Barry's boot camp, which, oh my gosh, imagine if I was in that same class. I'm telling you guys, I literally go to this studio. I don't know if anyone could have just booked this, but I'm there pretty often. And here's a little quick photo screen grab from that picture. And again, she looks young, and, you know, different.
Come with me to a Christina Aguilera workout class. She was so nice. She stayed after to take photos with everyone, and she was posing for everyone, and she looked super fierce. And overall, this was so much fun, and I just love her.
After this clip went viral, people had their thoughts. In the comments section, Instagram users flooded her comments with remarks about her weight loss, which I actually have a lot of empathy for how Christina must feel in this moment. She's, you know, a little heavier, then she's too big. She's a little too skinny, now she's too thin. You know, your girl just can't get a break. Some fans questioned if she actually exercised, asking what if she never stepped in a gym and was just using Ozempic to lose weight. I mean, I've never seen Christina at Barry's before, so I do think it's funny when we see these celebrities come into the gyms because, like, for instance, I mentioned this in another video. Black China came into another gym that I go to, and she's never been there before, and she filmed an Entertainment Tonight special there, and it was just interesting to see these celebrities completely lie and just say, yeah, I work out here all the time. No, you don't. I'm here all the time. There are a lot of people who are going after Christina on social media. One person wrote, Ozempic is not what a girl wants or what a girl needs. Another fan was gagged as they simply tweeted, bruh, that's crazy. Other retweets and remarks included fan comments about how her transformation was a lot and not a good look. A lot of personal opinions about someone's appearance. I mean, I think we can probably, you know, keep that to ourselves. Another fan wrote, this isn't her old size. I think she might be the skinniest she's ever been. Look at her arms. And, you know, that person commented earlier on about the implications of Ozempic over time. And I do question if there's an addictive property to it. I mean, if you're not addicted to the responses of people saying, oh, you look so thin, you look so good, then maybe you're addicted to the actual drug. I mean, your body becomes dependent on something, it's going to crave it. Maybe that's why she's allegedly upping her dosage. I actually agree with this comment. All this talk about Christina Aguilera and her body is really gross. Christina has always been thin. She was naturally thin as a teenager. Her body fluctuated throughout the years as one does when they get older. Ozempic or not, she looks amazing and leave her alone. You know what's wild? You could be walking down the street or headed to the grocery store and then bam, you're in an accident. Suddenly you're dealing with injuries, bills, and an insurance company that's doing everything in its power to give you the bare minimum. It's gotta feel so frustrating. Insurance companies always seem to pull the same tricks, offering you the lowest settlement possible. But here's where Morgan & Morgan steps in and changes the game. Morgan & Morgan isn't just another law firm. They are America's largest injury law firm, with 1,000 attorneys and offices in each state ready to fight for you. You don't have to deal with those insurance companies alone anymore because they've got your back. Take this for example. This year, they got a client in Florida at $12 million, way more than what the insurance company was offering. Morgan & Morgan doesn't settle. They will continue to fight until you get what you deserve. And here's the kicker, the whole process is as easy as ordering takeout. You can submit everything from your phone. No need for paperwork marathons or endless appointments. And with Morgan & Morgan, you only pay if you win. So if you've been injured or you know somebody, don't just sit there. You can head over to forthepeople.com/Sloan, or you can check out the link in my description below. It's fast, it's easy, and it's free unless you win. Morgan & Morgan is the team that fights for you because they're for the people. Thank you for sponsoring this video and enjoy. Now, with all this talk about Diddy, I don't know why our second blind item, E, Sharon Osborne, would want to associate with him. It reads, the foreign-born matriarch is admitting she went to freak-offs. Now, I can't picture Sharon Osborne at one of these freak-offs, but you guys know what a freak-off is. It's one of Diddy's nasty-ass parties. This person commented, Sharon Osborne. When they had their show, I remember her saying something about Diddy's body parts, which was disgusting in itself. She takes the word trash to different levels every time she opens her mouth. I mean, Sharon Osborne is pretty trashy, but that's kind of their brand. I mean, look at Kelly. Another person commented, Sharon Osborne's son, Jack, told them to stay away from Diddy. Her and her big mouth daughter are trash. Let's talk about this video clip of Sharon talking about Diddy's privates. Ew, I don't even want to imagine this. After Diddy was arrested, people have been digging up a lot of things from the past, like photos from old parties, people who went, and people who are associated with Diddy. With Diddy in jail, people who are associated with him face scrutiny, and this includes Sharon Osborne. On an episode of their show, The Osbournes, back when it aired on MTV, Sharon spoke about Diddy, and she made some really nasty comments. The most disturbing thing about the episode was that Kelly Osbourne, who was 19 then, had attended one of Diddy's parties. With news about his freak-offs at parties with live sex acts taking place, some allegedly with minors, puts anyone who attended any of his parties in a tough spot. Again, Kelly Osbourne was just 19 when she attended his party. The Osbournes cut to a scene within the show with Sharon lying in bed talking to her son, Jack. So Kelly went out last night and apparently Diddy's security guard bumped into her and knocked her on the floor, and then Diddy picked her up and put her on a table and apologized. She then shared that Diddy said he would buy some diamonds for Kelly and then ended up buying her a diamond watch.
That was the hugest watch you've ever seen in your life.
It's your mama.
I don't trust it.
Don't talk about my son-in-law that way.
You're crazy, Mom.
That's gorgeous, Kelly.
Isn't it?
It's really gorgeous.
Doesn't he smell nice, Kelly?
I was like, hold the show, and then there's all these other celebrities that are representing.
Man, sure, he's such a gentleman. He's so well put
I know he is.
His nails were perfect, his suit was perfect.
I like how they're all like, oh, wasn't Diddy just so put together? I mean, his nails were perfect. His suit was perfect. Also, half his victims are men. So maybe Diddy's just a little bit fruity. Sharon then asks, wouldn't it be cool if Kelly went out with Puff Daddy? Oh, I just know you did not ask that. She started to imagine her life as, you know, Diddy's mother-in-law, and she would be Puff Mommy. Wow. And the scene just keeps getting worse and worse. Their son Jack keeps making fun of his mother's fantasies about Kelly marrying Diddy. He said she only wanted it because Diddy had a lot of money. Sharon noted that he smells good as a better reason. Jack said he didn't trust him, and then Sharon defended him in a very awkward statement to her son. Take a look.
And I was Puff Daddy's mother-in-law.
Puff Mummy?
Puff Mummy.
It's P. Diddy, Mum.
P. Diddy, Widdy, Widdy, Willy, Willy, Winkle. Kel and Puff Dad.
No,
Because
that'd be
Kel's
good.
like a little street fighter. She's like a little meanie. And there's big old P. Diddy, 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 Diddy.
No.
I think they'd be so cute
No,
together.
you're just saying that because he's famous and has lots of money.
No, not. He smells good.
So, well, I smell good.
Oh, I did not just see this woman sit up in bed and talk about his Diddy, Willy, Diddy, whatever that was. One thing that really makes this comment stand out is the fact that the feds raided Diddy's homes while investigating his freak-off party allegations. So she's over here celebrating Diddy and his big Willy and talking about the possibility of her young daughter being with him, which, no offense, Kelly, but I just know Kelly is not Diddy's type. Man or woman, I just can't imagine him with her.
I bet he's got a nice old Willy, you know.
Puff Daddy's Willie.
Oh, your mom's talking about Diddy's Willie.
Mom, seriously, you cannot.
I bet it's smooth. I bet it's oiled, and I bet
I'm walking away.
No, it's totally very good.
I should have asked him to see it.
Moving on to Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. Actually, a little bit more about Ben Affleck. I feel like this is a public service announcement as much as a blind. Thankfully, the A-list actor director is having the horrible tattoo on his back removed. Now, I'm not familiar with Ben Affleck's body like the Jennifers are, but I didn't know he had this tattoo. Let's talk about it. This person commented, "LOL, Ben coming out of the other end of his midlife crisis." Another person adds, "Wow, looks like Ben is getting rid of things he regrets the most this year. An obnoxious wife and an obnoxious tattoo. tattoo. Way to go, Ben. Another person added, wow, that'll take years. Must be painful. Another person added, the removal of the tattoo will be less painful than being married to Jennifer Lopez was. This person added, he's probably doing it at this point just to feel something. And holy crap, I mean, what is that? Look at this tattoo, guys. Can we get a little zoom in from the editor? Wow. It's very intricate. Is that a dragon? Oh God, it's terrible. It's terrible. This person added, I think he's probably doing it to spite J-Lo. She probably asked him to have it removed many times while they were married. Now he's going through a divorce and removing it on his own.
Okay, this comment is talking about J-Lo and Ben Affleck's back tattoo, which if you haven't seen it before, looks like this. And J-Lo has actually said her thoughts on this back tattoo before these two got back together.
It's awful.
It's awful. It's not attractive.
I would tell him that. I would tell him, like,
right.
What are you doing? It has too many colors. His tattoos always have too many colors.
They always have too many colors.
Yes, they shouldn't be so colorful.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They should be, like, cooler. I don't know.
Speaking of tattoos, Jennifer Lopez actually has some ink of her own. And some people are questioning whether Jennifer Lopez is going to remove this commitment tattoo that she got. Jennifer seemingly removed the sentimental tattoo that she got in Ben Affleck's honor last year amid the pair's divorce. In February 2023, Jennifer Lopez got a tattoo on Valentine's Day, and they were coordinated commitment tattoos. Bad idea. J-Lo got an infinity sign located on her rib cage with Jennifer written on one end and Ben on the other. The symbol had an arrow striking right through the middle. Now it's unknown if Ben got rid of his own commitment tattoo, two overlapping arrows with a J and B inscribed between the shafts. Oh, the shaft of what? But it all seems so childish of them to be this grown and to be getting these tattoos that, yeah, go get them removed. Go please clean up this mess.
J-Lo and Ben Affleck got tattoos for each other in honor of Valentine's Day, I guess. Okay, so here's the photos that she posted to her Instagram. It's like the little infinity and an arrow going through it, and it says Jennifer and Ben and something right here that I can't. And then I think this is his tattoo that he got on his arm. Like that part of his arm. Here's a better image that someone switched around. I cannot figure out what this says for the life of me, so if you have an idea, let me know. But Jennifer and Ben forever. Is anyone else shocked? Because I did not expect J-Lo to get a tattoo for a guy. Like, maybe she already has them, but I just don't know about them. But I'm shocked.
Our next blind item is about Wendy Williams and her ex-husband's mistress. It reads, after all the money the ex of the illiterate talk show host took from the host, he wants to go after her for more? Is it because he spent it all on the mistress who dumped him when he didn't have any more to give her? Which is about Kevin Hunter, Wendy Williams, and Sharina Hudson. I guess that's the mistress. Now, I am not a fan of cheaters, and this mistress was a really big part of Wendy's downfall. I don't blame the other woman. It's really Kevin Hunter's fault, but it is a sensitive topic. This comment reads, is there any money even left? Which is a good question, because why is Kevin Hunter entitled to $48 million that Wendy held from him? He didn't do any work. Wendy was too good to this man, and he took advantage of it because she kind of like included him on business dealings and things like that. So he had some stake in her show, and he made plenty of money, but not only did he spend his, but he also spent hers. Father like son, but let me not even get that messy right now. Kevin has actually been requesting more money because he claims that Wendy concealed $48 million away from him. This comes after Sabrina, who is Wendy's guardian. I don't like her. I don't F with Sabrina. Sabrina tried to get that tragic Wendy documentary pulled, which it was tragic, but it kind of exposed that Sabrina is not a good player in all this. She's one of the reasons why Wendy was sent to the Netherlands and locked up in this facility with no phone. She actually asked Kevin to pay back $112,000 because she claims that Wendy had overpaid him. So again, they're going back and forth in the courts to fight over Wendy's estate, something she has no access to. Wendy filed for divorce from Kevin in 2019, and at the time, it looks like Wells Fargo had a total holdings of about $7.3 million. However, the star's close friend Regina turned in an affidavit that alleged that in 2022, Wendy had $55 million in her accounts. Now, due to this affidavit from Regina, Kevin claims that Wendy fraudulently concealed an additional $48 million in their divorce, which is really smart if she did in fact do that, but shady of Regina to go and spill.
Not only has Wendy Williams' health continued to decline and takes a horrible turn week by week, The nightmare has continued and began over and over again with ex-husband Kevin Hunter.
So essentially, Kevin Hunter wants to say that this divorce is fraudulent. They need to go back to the drawing board and reallocate all these funds. Sabrina is fighting in Wendy's defense, saying that he has absolutely no case to reopen the divorce proceedings. Regina comes into all of this because she's trying to help Wendy get what's hers, and she's claiming she lived with Wendy for a little bit and she saw documents that stated she had over $55 million. So when we're sitting here asking where did Wendy's money go, well, Regina saw it at some point. She doesn't think Kevin Hunter deserves it, but she wants her friend to reclaim her life. Later that same year in December, Regina claimed that she had been invited to a meeting at Bank of America with Wendy. Afterwards, she headed to a courthouse in the same vehicle with Wendy and her guardian, Sabrina. However, Wendy's publicist soon alleged overhearing conversations where Sabrina claimed there's no money in Wendy's accounts.
You will not get away with trying to pull off having two families, you dirty, low-down dog. You planned dates for dinner with another woman. You planned to sit on that beach in Miami with that other woman. You know, and I pulled the covers back real hard. And yeah, they were underwear that don't fit me in the bed. And the bed sheets were nasty.
Now, I can't get to the bottom of where Wendy's money is yet. I mean, maybe I will be able to, but what I do know is that Kevin is not entitled to this. This man has milked her dry, so has her son. She really needs to have a Free Britney movement and get her life back, especially because she did an interview like last week about Diddy. We'll be talking about that in another video, but if she's out here doing interviews, she can go and shop a little bit. Maybe just don't drink. My heart goes out to Wendy because she does not deserve to go through this. Sabrina contended that Kevin Hunter was entitled to severance payments from Wendy if she continued to work. No one foresaw her ending her show, so Kevin thought he was going to get a second income because Wendy would continue working. Well, Wendy fell apart because of you, so now she's not making money, so you're not entitled to getting paid from someone who isn't bringing in anything at all. I mean, I don't think you get entitled to anything from the jump, but you know, these spousal supports. According to legal filings, Wendy has only received 2 payments after she left the show. $1,900 in February 2022 and $59 in January 2023. So there's no residuals to fight over. In addition to this financial fight with Kevin, it looks like Sabrina is also seeking to impose a gag order on Kevin, which would prevent him from speaking about Wendy, which, I don't know. I mean, I want everyone who's around Wendy to be able to speak about her, but I do think this man tries to manipulate everything in his favor, especially with what he got away with in their marriage.
Everybody knew. And whenever I went around Kevin's people, they could never look me in the eye, and I knew it was always out of guilt. And I would always insist that they look me in the eye. Why are you looking down? You don't think I know? Look me in the eye. By the way, when I was in the assisted living place, Daddy had a stroke one week and Mommy had a stroke the next week. Oh my God. Yeah, it was really bad. My son didn't know they had a stroke. It was like a whole family secret thing going on.
Let's get into a random blind item. I'm kind of excited for this. So this is about Jack Daughtry, who is a streamer. Okay. With all the attention focused on this awful A-list social media star, maybe the mainstream media will dig into all the 16 and 17-year-old girls he grooms and sleeps with and tries to sign them to OF the day of their 18th birthdays, where he takes 50% of their earnings. Now, I've heard of Jack before. I'm not that old, okay? I know who these people are streaming, but he recently made mainstream news because of a brutal accident. Either way, people are paying attention to him, and this blind item alludes that there's more to this man than just texting and driving and crashing a Lamborghini or whatever it was. This person commented, "I just saw a YouTuber say the same thing. He had a girl pull up after the accident. Apparently, he made her an OF star, and she's still not 20. So let's talk about this texter and driver. Oh, and it looks like it's a McLaren, not a Lamborghini. I'm just not a car guy. I'm sorry. My boyfriend asked me, if you could have a dream car, what would it be? It would be a Waymo. I don't know if you guys have taken a Waymo. It's those selfless driving cars. I take them all the time now, and chef's kiss. I just wish I could have one here. And maybe Jack could have used one for this accident because he needed to text. The texting was more important. It appears he was texting while driving in the rain when the accident went down. He was cruising down a slick Miami highway in his expensive whip Saturday morning while on kick. You can see the accident begin, and he's clearly looking at his phone while behind the wheel. I feel like texting and driving is so like 2016, 2017. Like, grow up and put your phone down. But let's go ahead and take a look at this clip. So, okay, so you can see him speed up while he's on the phone and then... No! An accident like that is so hard for me to watch because it's one of my biggest fears. There are too many people who aren't paying attention while driving. If you are watching this, please change to listening to it and just watch the windshield, and you could hear my videos, and that's enough. Jack suddenly loses control of the vehicle, screaming as he smashes into a roadside railing. His cameraman in the passenger seat, who was capturing the whole thing, begins to moan in pain after the big hit. There is a bit of panic heard as the camera gets knocked out, and the aftermath eventually confirms just how bad the crash was. Now, there were some minor injuries in this accident, including his friend who was a little bit bloody in the face, so if that pops up, we're going to censor it.
Oh, fuck. No, watch out, watch out. Oh.
Why does it seem like they just went to heaven?
Fuck, open the door, open the door, open the door. We're locked in here. Holy shit. Holy shit. Where's your phone? Oh, I just broke that shit. Me too.
Oh my gosh, this is so scary. Is it all smoky?
Help. What's he doing, bro?
Oh, this is like the type of entitlement I don't like. So you crash your McLaren and you're gonna kick it. Why don't you kick yourself in the face for driving like a dumbass?
Well, actually, huh? What else do you have to do?
Stupid. Such a tool.
Everything. All my money's gone. The exhaust. The whole
All my money's gone. Okay, then why did you don't put all your money into one thing?
body kit. My insurance won't cover that, right?
Honestly, I feel like insurance could maybe help in some way, but not when it's on video and it's clear that you're just driving recklessly. His cameraman reportedly had some minor damage with blood spotted on his face. Outlets claimed the two were sent to the hospital with the man behind the camera getting some stitches. And it looks like it was on his face too, which is the worst because now you're gonna look in the mirror every day and see this mark that Jack got for you because you just had to stream him on Kick as he was texting and driving. And by the footage, you could tell that Jack was more concerned about his car than his friend who was hurt, which kind of reminds me of David Dobrik. If your friend is more concerned about the content, the camera's being pulled up, about his McLaren than he is about the stitches in your face, or like in Jeff Wittick's case, his eyeball, like I just, please drop those friends. These people will literally lead to your death. Jack has actually been banned from Kick now, which honestly, shame on you, Kick, because why didn't you ban him when he was texting and driving before the accident? Stop rewarding these streamers causing chaos in everyday society. That's my major problem with a lot of these streamers. I don't care if you're streaming and sitting in your room and on your video games or even out in public, like in real life, but don't go and cause a scene at other people's expenses. Our next blind item is about Liam Payne, a former One Direction member, and his ex Maya Henry. So the foreign-born A-list boy bander still stalks his ex and is violent. This person commented, Liam Payne, and why the heck Maya stuck around for as long as she did is beyond me. If someone chases me around with an axe, as she alleges, there would be no second chances. Another person added that she was underage when she met him, grooming possibly, but her parents allowed it. He sounds like a piece of trash on my shoe. Another person writes, this is about Liam Payne. His ex Maya writes a book based on their relationship. We've actually talked about their relationship before and we've got a deep dive coming soon. But the related headline reads that Liam Payne's former fiance Maya accuses the singer of obsessively contacting her and weaponizing his fans against her, an extraordinary tirade. Liam Payne has been accused of obsessively contacting his former fiance, contacting her friends, and playing on the loyalty of die-hard One Direction fans across social media, so leveraging his fans to go and harass her. Their 3-year-long relationship came to an end in 2022, almost a year after the former couple called off their engagement. Maya goes in on Liam on TikTok, and keep in mind that her father is a multi-millionaire personal injury lawyer named Thomas J. Henry. I don't know exactly what that means. Maybe she comes from money so she can go after him. I mean, that's pretty nice that she does have a lawyer in the family, because then he can go and check her if she's breaking the law as far as writing this book or sharing these stories. She shares, ever since we broke up, he'll message me, blow up my phone. Not only from his phone, it's always different phone numbers too. I never know where it's going to come from. He'll create new iCloud accounts to message me. It's always a new damn iCloud account. Every time I see one pop on my phone, I'm like, here we effing go again. He'll also email me. Not only me, but he'll blow up my mom's phone. Is this normal behavior to you? No. Run, girl. I mean, she's trying to, but she can't.
But yeah, also talking shit about your bandmates and then showing up to their concerts, but it's always for your own benefit. It's not even because you actually just want to go support. You want to go stand up there and like take the attention away from everyone, and you're standing there really because you know everyone's going to be videotaping you. And just like you did at Louis' concert the day my book came out, don't even get me started. That's going to be another story time of what happened before my damn book came out and like the lengths these people went to. That's next. Don't even get me started with these damn manipulations.
Now, the couple first started dating back in 2019, and they were forced into isolation together during the pandemic. Liam insisted the experience had helped strengthen their relationship. He told people, I think we went through a lot in COVID. I feel like we've come out the other side a bit stronger. Most couples who have been married for years struggled, right? So, I mean, we're still really happy to be here together today. But Maya poured scorn on any suggestion of closeness by claiming that he was contacting her friends while they were still together, without her prior knowledge, and has maintained the habit since their separation. Also, those are bad friends if they're talking to your ex. I feel like my hair looks like a mess. Let's go ahead and okay. Is that better? A little bit better? See, my hair is getting a little too long for the hat. She added that he's the one that is constantly doing weird stuff. Also, I might add, he literally said the reason he has all these people on his damn Snapchat, which he has had for years apparently, and messages, is because he preys on One Direction fans because they're loyal to him. She shares that when you're constantly enabling someone, they're never going to realize what they've done is bad, or they realize they can get away with it, which is what happened with him for so many years. Everything gets swept under a rug, everything gets hidden for him. I don't know who the hell's behind all this, but nothing ever comes out about him, suggesting that he's a terrible person, which is so weird. He has 26 million followers on Instagram. He's beloved. It's because of One Direction, but we don't really know who he is. He got famous from One Direction. You know, Harry Styles kind of broke out of it, and we kind of know who he is, but like Liam, we don't, and he could be a terrible person. And it seems like Maya's confused at why she's the first one bringing up things about him, because he's consistently bad. She added, it's hard when you have these people jumping down your throat for speaking the truth on things that have happened, and quite frankly, disgusting things have happened and disgusting things that he's done. Again, we'll be doing a deep dive into her allegations, but speaking in 2021, we saw Liam was interviewed, admitting that he was at fault for their breakup during a podcast titled The Diary of a CEO.
You said earlier, you made a comment, you said that your partner at the time, in referring to lockdown, does that mean you are?
I am indeed.
You're single?
Yeah. I feel like more than anything at this point, I'm more disappointed in myself for keep on hurting people. That annoys me. I've just not been very good at relationships. And I feel that's that's where I got to in my last relationship. I just wasn't given a very good version of me anymore that I didn't appreciate and I didn't like being. I already feel good. So it's got me more concentrated, and I hope she's happy.
Our next blind item reads, this former reality star is begging executives to give her show another life. She thought it was in the bag and took out a loan she has no hopes of paying back, which is about Kate Gosselin from Kate+8. Kate Gosselin is the worst type of Karen in my opinion, plus she's nasty to her children. She's been banking on getting back on television, but because her children are speaking out against her, I don't think the network wants that liability. This person commented, I'll say it again, karma has been sharpening its nails and waiting for Kate. Another person writes, isn't she facing abuse charges against one of her unfortunate kids? And it does look like karma's coming after Kate because she is hurting for money and really trying to get a new show. Probably because she's only, good at TV, and not even being good at, but like a train wreck, so we can't look away. She's hurting for money and facing the very real possibility of having to sell her house in North Carolina. Recently, she's been accused of being abusive to her son Colin. A source shares she's still trying to get a new reality show, but doors aren't opening for her, especially now that she's been painted a lunatic mom who zip-tied and locked her son in the basement, which is something she did do. Also, I question, when someone is so desperate like her, why doesn't she try to become like a family channel? Not trying to give you that idea, Kate. It will fail, but I wonder why she doesn't just do it on her own. God, I mean, I don't want to see it, trust me. This person added, no one would be surprised if she started begging for handouts. The feeling is if she was a nicer person, nice things would come her way, but she's not, and karma's kicking her in the butt.
Here's the deal. It's spring break. We have fun things planned. If you don't...
No fun things.
Okay, goodbye. That was as easy as that.
I didn't do
You don't get to
anything.
choose?
You never trust me.
Okay, excuse me, come back.
What?
Interrupting me and saying no, we're not is something. I will give you one chance this moment to apologize.
Sorry.
Change your attitude and come back, and that's your last redemption. Without stomping and shaking me so that I feel like I'm going like this when you walk by. That's mine until further notice.
I got those girls' cell phones and iPads so that I could take them away.
Also, after a long day of like work, do you really want to sit on your couch and watch this terrible woman scream at her children for an hour? I don't really want to. Actually, I don't. It's not really want to. I definitely don't want to. An insider told The Sun that Kate hasn't had a job other than reality TV for 17 years, and she's doing what she can to go and make money. Last month, her son Colin exposed Kate for these terrible accusations. He says that his mother zip-tied his arms and legs and locked him in the basement. He's now advocating for children who are being physically and emotionally harmed by their own parents, which is so sad to think that she's been platformed, knowing that she did this to her own kids. What else have the kids gone through? He said from the age of 8 or 9, he was treated differently from his other siblings, and that he never had a childhood. Colin claims that he was locked in a specifically built basement room, which had a bed and cameras for her to view him. It also looks like this room was bolted from the outside, so there was no escaping for him. He says, my mother would put me in that room multiple times. She had zip-tied my hands and feet together and bolt-locked the door, turned off the lights, and had cameras just watching me. He shares, so most of the day I was in that room and I was away from my siblings and I never really went outside. I never played with them. I was kept there. I was literally in containment, isolation. I mean, it sounds like a lot of things that could lead to further mental health issues. He claimed that Kate was physically aggressive, verbally abusive with the things that she would say, and he had to constantly take the fall for her emotions. Medical records submitted during John and Kate's custody battle revealed that Colin had reported his mother's abuse to a counselor at the time. He revealed, and this is so sad, he revealed in a letter written in crayon to his dad, begging him to save him and let him live with him. Colin also shared his private medical records with the publication to prove that he does not have mental illnesses or behavioral conditions, so his mom just literally picked him out of the bunch to go and abuse. John, the father, who later gained custody of Hannah and Colin, said he never had any idea that Kate was doing this to them until afterwards. He said that kind of stuff didn't happen until after I left.
She's very controlling and, you know, she's determined. She knows what she wants and she gets what she wants.
Get your I'm in trouble eyes off, because you're not in trouble. You just know better.
She's so mean. Imagine how her mother must have been.
Colin's story is really the tragedy of the kids.
Back on John and Kate +8, Colin was always a bit more of a handful than his siblings. On Kate +8, Colin begins rebelling against living his life on Kate.
Probably because it's not natural or normal.
There was just this point in filming there, you know, I was like, I don't want to show up on camera anymore.
Step one.
I was quiet. I would sit there and just be completely silent in interviews or, you know, not interact or not do what I had to do.
He would be
Do what I had to do. Of course he had no childhood because he felt like he had a complete job to perform.
He separated from us, like he would not get to come and play outside with us. He would eat dinner at different times than us.
I'm not going to say I was a perfect child, but I'd say my misbehaving was no different from my siblings.
I don't think...
I feel like Kate is like such a unintelligent person that she probably just put out all of her anger and resentment on one child and abused him to kind of like relieve stress in some really sick, nasty way. Like,
effort was made in the home to help him learn what behavior is acceptable and what behavior is not acceptable.
Colin claims that when he started telling his teachers about what was going on at home, because he had bruises and a swollen ear, he was removed from school in the 4th grade. He also claimed that he had told the camera crew filming their show, but Kate did a good job of hiding those things. John claims that there were 9 separate instances where Kate attacked Colin, and it was reported. Kate's lawyer, Richard, said if Kate did the things that Colin is accusing Kate of, she would have been investigated by the authorities and prosecuted. Well, you know what, Richard? That's a good idea. Why don't we go and do that? Because Colin was taken out of school in 4th grade, he was homeschooled, probably the worst thing that could have happened. His mother pretty much deemed him mentally ill and sent him off to a mental health facility in 2016. Colin claims that he was wrongly diagnosed and cites his medical records from a mental health evaluation taken last year, which shows that that he has none of the conditions that his mother insinuated. Colin claims that he was subjected to a ton of medication. It left him feeling like a zombie, and that Kate put him in this facility for 22 months in a desperate attempt to protect herself. He added that his mom would tell him, "My mom always told me nobody would believe me," which is so disheartening. Lock this woman up. John came into the picture in January 2018, and it was hard for Colin to get reintegrated into society. He graduated high school and then went into the Marines, but was discharged in August, allegedly due to Kate sending him to that behavioral institution. So it's not his own doing, it's because of his mom's fake claims that he was mentally ill. He now plans to attend college at Penn State. Richard, Kate's lawyer, says that Kate has never done anything to intentionally harm Colin, and adds that she did what she could to protect herself and her family from his troubled behavior. In July 2023, Kate took aim at Colin, branding him violent and unpredictable, and claiming that he fabricated allegations about her, which I don't believe any of that. I have a feeling that Kate is just as bad, or maybe worse, than what Colin's even saying. He doesn't seem like a dramatic person. If I was in Colin's position, I would probably be like, just so angry. And I'm sure he is, but I feel like we don't even have an idea of the hours he spent locked in pretty much a cell as a child.
I want to think that she needed someone to take out her anger and her frustration on. And
oh my gosh, that's what I was saying, but it's so sick to think that someone could do that to their own child.
And it was just kind of me, I was in the way and I was there, so she chose me.
Okay, cake and ice cream time.
When the show returns in 2016,
The major difference between this party and every other birthday party was the fact that Colin wasn't here.
Colin is no longer living with the rest of the family.
So bizarre. And she wants to put this mess still on television because we're all going to have the same questions.
Kate had him diagnosed with some behavioral disorder and had him separated and put in a special school.
Kate sends 12-year-old Colin to Fairmount Behavioral Health Institute, a psychiatric hospital in Philadelphia.
I was not able, with my own resources here.
That is so crazy. I mean, at that point, just go give him up to John. I mean, don't go lock him up. She just wants to see this kid suffer. And still in 2023, calling him violent. In these interviews, there's nothing violent about this kid.
To meet his needs.
But Colin believes he was actually sent away for more disturbing reasons.
Something about Kate. I'm sad that we had to end on Kate today because she really gives me like the heebie-jeebies. Like I feel like I don't have a nightmare of like Kate in like a Target, like seeing her from afar and seeing her like start complaining about like parking validation or something. I'm having a Raven Simone moment. I don't know where she's based, but maybe Pennsylvania. I don't know. I'm gonna stay the hell away from wherever Kate's at. But I will be on the East Coast very soon in 3 weeks. I'm really excited. So I hope you guys enjoyed this blind item breakdown. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you in next week's episode. Bye, guys.